Okay. This is another experiment in the world of video blogging to try to explain what I'm doing. I have to apologize, but I'm holding the camera by my hand only, and I know it's going to shake a little until I get a better setup. So I've done a little more work since my last post. You can see a little better now. But I will hopefully get even a better lens to get even closer. I laid down this black. It was all black here. I laid down this black. I took double strands, double thread stitches, and then I went over them with single stitches to kind of tie it down really good. So I basically sort of like laid a carpet down all the way down there, and it looks nice, but now it's very difficult to stitch on top of it. I have to get the old thimble out to push it in, which, you know, reminds everybody that you must be in top physical condition to be an embroiderer, because it can get tiring pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing with the thimble. Actually, I use my thimble on this finger, and I push it in from the top. This is some kind of a spiral galaxy, I guess. The red underneath it is this red silk floss from India, which I use a little bit over here. It's extremely vivid. Then I went over top of it with the so-called invisible thread, which is a plastic, really. It's really plastic. To try to get like a sort of like a, well, transparent kind of image. You can see the red coming through, multi-layer kind of thing. And these are many little the invisible thread stitches around it. Many of them, dots and dashes, and takes a long time. Of course, when you're going on to like a background that's already made of like a thread of a cotton thread, then you go into it with these little teeny plastic stitches. Sometimes you got to go multiple times before you can even see them, because they can quickly get buried in there right away. Immediately get buried in there. Even if you put a stitch in there, you can't see it. Sometimes you got to put another. Such are the trials and the tribulations when you go on top of something that you already stitched instead of going onto the plain fabric like that. I mean, well, if I had gone on, you can go over this with another regular thread, it's not so hard, but with this very thin plasticky stuff, it's hard. Where did I put my bag? This is what it is. Invisible 100% nylon by Guderman. Why did I think that was German? Maybe it's German and made in Mexico, I don't know. Very thin stuff here. I can't do much because I'm holding this with one hand, and so yeah, it's thin. Then I went around this in the middle with more little dots. I guess that seems to be more some kind of a galaxy of some kind. I wasn't planning on any of that. I was planning on this being a hell scene with fire in the background, but then I got bored. Fire and caves and stalactites and stalagmites didn't happen. Okay, so now going down to this woman figure, who now you can see her a lot better than the previous video. I want to show like how you can see how some of this is raised up, especially these two breasts. And this one is pointing forward, that one is pointing that way. The breast with the spiral around it, it ended up the way I stitched it, ended up actually, if you can see, coming to like a point at the top. So it's actually almost like three-dimensional or relief relief sculpture on the breast there. I'm touching the breast a little bit too much, it looks like. I do not have some kind of fetish on that. It's just pointing that out, that it's 3D, and the rest of it is raised from the surface as well. Hopefully I can show you that better. Alright, down here, this anyway, her head was in the way of this guy's arm, this demon's arm, so I moved it over. She's not, her head is, since she's not a human being, her head doesn't have to be connected to her body. She's still aware of, I don't know what she is, some kind of minor goddess. I'm seeing her more of a kind of a goddess or something that can exist in a hell situation.